In this video, I'll be ranking every single dinosaur in Ugvr. Just a quick disclaimer, this is not which one I think is the best, it's just the one I personally prefer to use. This is my very first long form, so leave in the comments what else you would like to see me do. With that being said, let's start the video. At number 49, we have the Uglysaur. At number 48, we have the Swoop Claw. And the main reason for that is it can barely fly. It more so glides instead of flying. At number 47, this comes to no surprise, it's the Nubisaur. But yeah, stat-wise, it's the worst dino in the game. Coming at number 46, I'm sorry Floppa, it's the Chompysaur. The Chompy also has really short legs, and you can't really... Yeah, this is me running. Coming in at number 45, we have the Razor Claw. Really the only thing it has going for it is it's kind of fast. At number 44, we have the Dilophosaurus. The Dilo and Razor Claw are kind of like interchangeable. At number 43, we have the Beastosaur. The difference between Beastie, Razor Claw, and Dilo is kind of just personal preference. They're about on like the same tier of good. At number 42, we have the Tupilophagus. The Tupilophagus to most people is probably worse than the three dinos I just mentioned, but I do love attack. That's what hunters are for. Hunters aren't for storage, they aren't for anything like that. They're for attack, and that's what the Tup has going for it. At number 41, we have the Ankylosaurus. It actually technically has the same exact stats as the Tupilophagus on the Dino Dex, so you can interchange them however you want. At number 40, we have the Chilodon. The Chilodon is very fast. It can jump very high, but that's basically it. At number 39, we have the Rapto. The Rapto is arguably the fastest land dinosaur, but that's kind of all it has going for it, I'm going to be honest. At number 38, we have the Cryolophosaurus. The Cryolophosaurus has pretty good attack and decent speed, but all of its other stats are kind of bad. At number 37, we have the Tyrug. The Tyrug is almost identical to the Cryolophosaurus, but it is slightly bigger, so I put it ahead of it. At number 36, we have the Uglytoe. The Uglytoe can fit a lot of saddles, but usually people use tanks for transportation, not this, and its really only other good stat is speed. At number 35, we have the Chugodon. The Chugodon is only slightly worse than like the base tank version, and that's because it's used with a hunter. At number 34 to 30, we have Torknash, Grugodon, Gerdysaur, Sheldon, and Mammothor. All of these dinos share the exact same stats, and it's basically like the base version of tanks. The Gerdy Rex is probably one of the most consistent dinos in the game, but its consistency is really mid. At number 28, we have the Purgator. The Purgator is easily the best hunter in my opinion. It's fast, it has a really good amount of damage, and it's just overall the best. At number 27 to 24, we have the Iguanodon, Sugnash, and the Chomamasaur. Much like the base tank versions, these all share the exact same stats. At number 23, we have the Zugator. The Zugator is very fast and can fit a lot of saddles, but all of its other stats are really mid. So we're gonna do a lightning round now. All of the water dinos, basically it's the same really argument for all of them. They're the only good ones in water, and they're not that good on land. My personal ranking is Spino is the worst water dino. 21, Hammer Hunk. At number 20, Hammerhug. 19, Spiny Beast. Number 18, Moza. And in my opinion, the best water dino, Chronosugus, at number 17. At number 16, we have the Flapdoor. They're seen as the more tanky version of a flying dino, but, you know, they're pretty slow, don't really do a lot of damage, that's why they're at number 16. At number 15, we have the Pterodactyl. This is one of the more fast flying dinos, and that's what makes it so very useful. At number 14, we have the Dragodon. The Dragodon also is very fast, but does way more damage than the Pterodactyl. At number 13, we have the Dimorphagon. It is very similar in speed to the Pterodactyl and Dragodon, but it has way more damage. At number 12, we have the Magmadon. This is probably the worst Titan in the game, and in my opinion, the worst Titan in the game, but just barely. Because it is beaten out by the Triskelly, Crydon, and Chrysodon, which are at 11, 10, and 9. At number 8, we have the Orosophagus. This is arguably the best hybrid in the entire game. It's fast, it's big, it can hold a lot of saddles, it's just all around an amazing dinosaur. At number 7, we have the Skeleton. The Skeleton is very similar to the Magmadon in like stats, but it is the fastest Titan, so that's why I put it here. At number 6, we have the first and fastest flying dino, my beloved Swoopjaw. As I just mentioned, it is the fastest dino in the entire game, and that is why it is at number 6. At number 5, we have the Xenodon. This is just overall one of the best dinos in the entire game. Good size, good speed, good storage, basically good everything. At number 4, we have the Shelldactyl. Now, the Dino Dex got this completely wrong because the Shelldactyl is actually one of the better dinos in the game. It has good damage, it has good storage, it has good size, it can fly. It's just an all-around good dino. At number 3, we have the Balrog. Now, some of you might not like the Balrog because it's so slow, but it's basically good in every other stat. In second place, we have the Aurasaur. Much like the Xenodon, people don't actually realize how good this dinosaur is. It is good in literally every single metric. And at number 1, it should come to little surprise, it is the Skellimag. People argue this isn't the best dino in the game anymore, even though it's supposed to be. But whenever you need a tanky dino, good damage, good storage, basically good everything, it's the Skellimag. So that'll wrap up the list. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments, and let me know some other video ideas I should do.